Probably better. University Cup. And hello, I think we're live. Hello, everybody. Nice to see you. Welcome to today's live lesson. Very excited about today's lesson. It's not only about IELTS, but it goes beyond IELTS. We're going to be looking at the topic of getting a job. We'll be looking at the language, the vocabulary, tips and skills and ideas to help you get a job if you are looking for a job, but also how to talk about it in your IELTS speaking test. Great. Let's jump in straight away with a little bit of this. Hello everybody, it's so nice to see you. How are you? Welcome to today's lesson. And before we get started, a big hello to all of the people in the coming week or so who will be celebrating the Lunar New Year. So for many friends around the world in mainland China, in Taiwan, Hong Kong, Malaysia, Vietnam, and all of you spread around the world who will be celebrating the Lunar New Year in the next week or so, Happy New Year. It means that spring is almost here, maybe. I'm not convinced looking at the weather today, but let's push on. As I mentioned today, what's today's lesson? I need to find out. Today's lesson is all about this. It's all about getting a job. We're going to look at the kind of language you need to get a job, how you find a job, the job interview we'll be looking at. So it's going to be an interesting mixture of English language and also some tips to help you if maybe you are looking for a job in the international community or where you need to speak English. Of course, it's still very important for IELTS because in IELTS speaking, if you're a worker, you have to talk about, well, what do you do and talk a bit about your job. So that's what's on the agenda today. Excellent. Very, very good. Let's have a look who is in the house. We've got Melati. Hello and welcome. Ludmila, all the way from St. Petersburg. Nice to see you. We've got Redmi and Samira. Samira is from Algeria. Lovely to see you here as well. Zilan, miss you. It's been a month, right? If you're coming to the live lessons. Munira and all fellow friends and students in Uzbekistan. Nice to see all of you here as well. Maria, Shakira, nice to see you. Rona, all the way from the Philippines. Love and joy. Thank you so much. That's great. KHA, thank you very, very much. Nice to see you as well. Julia from Myanmar. Always good to see you here. Lovely. Great. Pradeep, good afternoon from Bangladesh. Wow, we've got people all over around the world. How are you guys? Very, very well, thank you. Painting Lander, hello from Myanmar. Lovely, great to see you. And hello, Burns. Burns is my assistant, virtual assistant who works with me and helps me on the moderation and many, many, many other things. Lovely to see you here. Brian the Brick as well, all the way from Taiwan. Great to see you. You want a job as an English teacher? Well, today is just the lesson for you, my friend. Absolutely. Great. So for those of you who have never come to the live lesson, if it's your first time, raise your hand. First time, this live lesson lasts about an hour and a half. We'll go through different topics. The two main topics today are finding a job and the job interview. And I'll go through that in a moment. We'll do some different activities, and as we're going through, you can chat, whether you're on Facebook or YouTube, you can chat, and I will pull up some of your comments up here onto the board so we can see all of you. Etsy, what is going on? Well, I'm here presenting today's live lesson. What's going on with you, my friend? Okay, so getting a job. Let me just go through what we're going to do then. I'll kind of explain the goals of today. So getting a job, we're going to be looking at vocabulary. I'm not hiring, by the way. That's just for the presentation. We're going to move on and look at getting a job. we've got a video to look at, and we're going to look at how one person in particular got their job, what they did. We'll move on to look at job hunting tips, a bit like Elmer out there hunting. How do you hunt for a job? By hunt, I mean seek, look for, right? Some of you I know are job hunters. So some tips to help you there. We'll talk about the job interview, and I'll be looking at different vocabulary you need when you're in a job interview, things you may say, maybe your greatest weaknesses, like over here, like Michael is telling us. In addition, after that, we'll have a video. It's a job interview video. You'll see somebody being interviewed for a job. We'll analyze the language a little bit. After that, we'll look at job interview tips. So again, some ideas and hints, strategies to help you do well in job interviews. And then finally, we'll wrap up with a game of Kahoot, which, if you don't know, is an interactive game. You can play on the computer. You can play on your phone if you like. There's an app, a Kahoot app. So at the end of the lesson, we'll be reviewing vocabulary from the lesson through the game. It's a bit of fun and entertainment. And that, my friend, is what we have in store today for you on this wonderful topic of getting a job. Great. Let me check in. Wow. Holy Ruiz from the Canary Islands. You're, well, not that close, but yes, I'm up in the north of Spain. Great. Lovely to see you, Amaryllis. Likewise, great. Yaha says, I'm weak in spoken English. Please help. Well, keep watching and start practicing. Try and practice as soon as you can. Excellent. Fahim says, how can I improve my sentence structure? Build up step by step. So start with very small phrases and then add a word to your phrase. And then add another word, and then add a clause. Develop your phrases slowly. The same phrase, building it up step by step, right? Like, I live in Spain. I live in the north of Spain. I live in a city in the north of Spain. I live in a beautiful city in the north of Spain. I live in a beautiful city that's well known for its tourism, and it's in the north of Spain. You can see you're building up, making the phrase longer, 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 until you're developing your sentence structure. Keep practicing with that, and that will help you a little bit. Great. Okay, Gov, good. We've got people from Sudan. We've got people from Bangladesh and Pakistan as well. Great to see all of you over here. Very, very nice. Excellent. So let me just turn off a few things. And let's have a look. To begin, we're going to warm up, right? I'd like to warm up with the following. Let's find out about your jobs. Some of you work, some of you don't. If you work, just tell me in the chat, what do you do? What do you do if you work? Put it in the chat and we'll just have a look at some of the jobs some of you do. That will be interesting to find out in the first place, okay? Let's have a look. Hi Keith, is there any structure or rule of speaking for a higher score? Quick answer, no. Higher score, you need simple language and complex language. And that's a wide range of structures. So you want to be developing, but don't think about that too much. Just develop your grammar at your level and keep building and building and building. Let's have a look. Yaha is a student, okay. Mimi is a midwife, great. Iwana is a researcher, great. Let's have a look. We have a teacher. Daniela is a teacher, nice to see you. Him graphics, obviously, graphic designer, yes. Medical transcriptionist. Rona, that's interesting. I've never heard of that job before, but interesting. Telecaller. Pattern cutter. That's interesting. You mean design of clothes or design of something else? Yaha, you said you're a student, not a pilot, surely. Otabek says, I run my own business. Shakti, investing. Is that a job or is that an activity you do? Are you a financial investor? By job, I mean you get paid by someone to do it, or pay yourself. Yes, if you work for yourself. We've got a scientist over here. Lovely. Computer scientist, great. Nursing officer. What is my job now? Enjoying the good life, Flavio. That's your job. Animation. Kristin is still a student. That's okay. Shurok Zaiton is a pharmacist. Okay, a variety of different jobs. Great. Executive assistant, Joanna. Nice. Health professional. Great. Got quite a few in the health and medical care. Giovanna as well. Great. So a wide range of different jobs that people do. Let's have a look. IELTS vocabulary. We're going to look first of all at finding a job. So this is good for language, but also to talk about this, right? Maybe at some point you want to change career or find a new job. So the basic language, of course, is to say to find a job or to look for a job, right? That's the basic one, to look for a job. However, you can also, in addition, slightly more advanced, say, look for job openings. I am looking for job openings. A job opening is an opportunity where there's a vacancy. So I'm looking for job openings. I want to look for available positions. Same idea. A position is a job, a post, something that, it's a job that you do like a teacher. We have available positions. So when you look for a job, you'll be looking for available positions, or you want to look for or find a gig. Now, a gig has different meanings, right? A gig can be a music concert. So when you go to the music festival, that's a gig. If you go to watch Taylor Swift in the Eras tour, you're going to a gig if it's a live thing, not in the cinema. I know she was promoting her live tours and the album through the cinema. But a gig is a musical concert. However, a gig is also a short-term contract for freelancers, right? A freelancer works for themselves, contracting themselves out to other people, right? So a freelancer may be somebody like a graphic designer who works for lots of different people, right? So they work. Basically, you are normally you are self-employed and have various clients. So that's a freelancer working for yourself and have various clients. And a gig, I've just seen, is a short-term contract. Okay. Let me just make that clearer. Freelancer is a self-employed person who works for, let's say, who works for various clients. That's probably the easiest way to say it. Okay. So we talk about the gig economy, right? When we talk about all of those freelancers, there's a huge gig economy now of people working digitally. So developing websites, editing videos, designing, graphic design. There's that whole gig economy is huge. But a freelancer can be anything. You could be a freelance writer. There are many different ways. That economy we call the gig economy. Gig. G. It's a G and a G. G, I, G. Gig. Like girl, gig. Okay? So it's a G and a G. The gig economy. Excellent. So That's looking for a job. When you don't have a job, right, there are different things you can say if you don't have a job. And I mean, this is not when you're a student, but when you have finished studying and you're looking for a job. You don't have a job, but you want one. Okay. So I'm not talking about students, because students are not unemployed. If you're a student, right? You have something to do. But when you don't have a job and you want one, you are unemployed. Un just means in English is the prefix. It means not. Unhappy, not happy, right? Unemployed, not employed. So if you're unemployed, you don't have a job. In the UK, we say on the dole. That's very much a UK expression. I'm on the dole. Dole is a O, like hole or mole. Dole, on the dole. I'm on the dole. The dole actually, it's a different thing. The dole is the money that the government gives you when you don't have a job in the UK. In the UK, if you don't have a job, you can ask for help from the government and you get the dole, right? Is the money. So if you're on the dole, it means you're unemployed. You can be euphemistic. So a lot of people say, I'm between jobs. And I'm between jobs is much better than saying I'm unemployed. If you're looking for a job and people say, well, you know, what are you doing? Well, I'm unemployed. It doesn't sound great. You say, I'm between jobs. It sounds like you're in control. I had a job. I've left it. The next job is coming. I'm very optimistic. You're in control. So you find a lot of people, especially when you're socializing and talking to friends and you say, yeah, I'm between jobs. Now, if somebody says that, you can also interpret that as, okay, they don't have a job. They're unemployed. Unemployed has a bit of a stigma and a negative impact socially and in the job market. The longer you are unemployed, the more difficult it is to find a job. That's why people say, well, get your foot in the door, right? You know the expression, get your foot in the door means get a job, any job. Doesn't matter if you like it or don't like it, just get a job. Because once you've got your foot in the door, it's much easier to get the next job. If you're unemployed, it's difficult and it gets harder and harder. It's a vicious cycle, right? The longer you're unemployed, the harder it is to get a job. So you can say, I'm between jobs. It's optimistic. It sounds better, right? I'm going to enter the job market. So that's a common collocation, the job market. The same way you go to the market to buy fish and meat and vegetables, you go to the market to get a job. It's not people standing around selling jobs. It's an abstract idea, right? The job market is a concept. It's an idea. But you talk about, I'm going to enter the job market. So if you're about to leave university, hopefully you will probably enter the job market, okay? We talk about being a job seeker or a job hunter. You remember Elmer? Was it Elmer Fudd? The guy who goes with the gun, right? So that's a job seeker or a job hunter. I'm a job seeker. I'm looking for a job. Again, this sounds a bit more positive because you're actively looking for something. Unemployed is negative because it sounds like you're just sitting at home watching TV. Nothing I can do, right? I'm unemployed. So this has a slightly more positive feeling to it. Okay, great. That's when you don't have a job. Let's see you guys, what you're up to. I'm a stay-at-home parent. Yeah. Well, that's interesting. I mean, that is definitely work. You can say it's a job. It's not a paid-for job, but it's definitely work and of huge value, obviously. Victoria. Hello, Victoria. We met the other day, right? Personally, I'm looking for job openings in the physiotherapy field in the UK. Can't wait to change my professional career. Right, Victoria, maybe this will be helpful for you, right? Zara is a manager. Excellent. Good. Layla, I'm between jobs and I'm seeking a great position. You will do an awesome job of getting a job, Layla. I'm sure you will find something very, very soon. We've also got currently working as a purchasing coordinator. Great. Pradip says, my younger brother is on the dole. I hope he can get something soon. It's tough being on the dole because the dole is very small, right? You don't get much money and it's quite difficult. Yeah. Firoz, I'm watching your class. I enjoyed all sorts of classes. Great. Excellent. Nice. I'm unemployed because I'm a student. Yes. Yes. But I would say I'm a student. Don't say I'm unemployed. Say I'm a student, right? Peter says, I'm not unemployed, but I'm always open to better opportunities. Very nice. Very good. Excellent. I like it. Wahid says, I'm taking a breather from the workforce. Yeah. Okay, that's good. I'm taking a breather means I'm taking a break, right? And that's a nice way, actually. That's kind of saying it's like taking a sabbatical, taking a break from working. I would say I'm taking a breather from being in the workforce. Wahid Markashi, very nice, like it. Great. Seeker and hunter, are they the same? Similar, Christine. They are similar. So a seeker is somebody who's looking. A hunter is a bit stronger, right? So if you're seeking, then you're looking for a job. If you're hunting, then you've got a gun and you're going to catch and get it. It's more aggressive in a good way. It's stronger, right? A job seeker, okay. Job hunter, right? I'm ready to go. I'm active. I'm going to get the job and take it. It's stronger. So there's a slight difference. So job hunter sounds better, I think, right? Personally thinking. Great. Okay. Anything else coming up? I'm a workaholic. Yes. You can say that. And it's a positive thing, yeah? I'm a workaholic. But that's not your job, right? Just to be clear. That's your attitude to working. I'm a teacher and I'm a workaholic. So a workaholic is somebody who is addicted to their work. I'm a doctor and I'm a workaholic. I'm addicted to work. I work a lot. So it's not a job. And just notice, Abdi Fatah Shavi, it's I'm a workaholic, right? You need the a in there. I'm a workaholic. But nice, great. What is the job market, Little Jewel? So the job market are all of the jobs available for you, right? So it's an idea. All of the jobs available. So the teaching job market are all the teaching jobs available. If I say the Spanish teaching market, it's all the teaching jobs in Spain that are available and open. That's the job market. The idea of buying and selling or looking for and taking. Yeah. I'm into jobs. I wouldn't say I'm into jobs. Bit interesting. Yeah. Yes. Amare says I'm between jobs in the UK. Right. Good luck. Great. Okay. Let's carry on. Let's move on to, if you don't have a job, where to look for a job. Where to look for a job. Now, you'll know this, but of course, you can look for a job in the UK. We have job centres. Literally, you go to the job centre, you sign up, and they help you find a job. Basically, I'm not sure how it works nowadays, but I think basically you go in, you sign up, you say, this is my skill, this is my qualification, and there's a job board, right? And you can look on the job board traditionally. Nowadays, you'll have on the internet, you'll have online websites looking for jobs. And sometimes the job centre will help you write your CV. They'll help you think about your skills and qualifications, and they'll help you actively look for a job, right? So there are different services, support services, right? Job centre. You can go to a job fair or a career fair. So there are both of those, a job fair or a career fair. Career fairs tend to be at universities and schools. Job fairs tend to be bigger conferences. So they often take place in a conference center, and they invite employers and companies to have all of these stalls, and then you normally get students who come and look for a job. So these are focused more at university students or school leavers. You can go online, of course. There's job search websites, a job search site or a job search website. There are HR recruiting websites, lots of places where you can look for a job, right? So these would be the names in English for all of those. Okay. Right. Zara, this is interesting. Let me share what you said. Zara Rahimi says, I've got 7.5 in speaking with the help of your courses, and my efforts paid off in getting a job at the university. Wow, fantastic. That's great. Round of applause. Great. So pleased you got the 7.5 and that you've got a job in the university. So you're now in academia, I assume. Interesting. That's great. Well done. Well done to you. Etsy says, I'm government employees. Right. Good. Let me just help you. I'm a government employee. Employee is a great word, but I'm a government employee. I'm seeking a better job. Now, yeah, we say look for a job, but seek a job. I'm seeking for a better job. I'm seeking a job. I would say seeking a better job. So I'm just going to help you, Etsy Tech. Just let me tidy up a little bit. I'm a government employee, but I'm seeking a better job in a non-government organization. Very nice. Excellent. Good. I think lots of people do this based on the idea I said before that, of course, it's easier to get a job when you have a job. So if you're thinking about changing job, don't leave your old job and start looking. Stay in your job until you find the new job and then move. Because if you leave your job and start looking, it's going to get harder and harder to get that new job. So stay in your job and then look for the other job. Sometimes you have to be a bit sneaky and, at lunchtime go to your job interviews because you don't want your employer to find out, usually, right? Every case is a bit different, I know. Where to look for a job. So, yeah, just to clarify, we say look for a job, but we say to seek a job. Look for a job, seek a job. So there's a difference there. Look for, but seek. We say apply for a job. So that's when you actually have found the job opportunity and you fill in a piece of paper or on the website. You give your resume. You create a resume. Apply for a job. Create a resume. A resume is more the American word. Resume. It's a strange word, right? Comes from the French. We can also say a CV. CV stands for curricula vitae or curriculum vitae, but CV is more common in the UK, I think. And then you send off your resume. So you send your resume to the person. If it's online, you send it. You can say send your resume, but more spoken and a bit more colloquial is to send off. Send off. It's like, boom, go away. Send off your resume. Excellent. Good. So some other phrases you can use there. Finally, no. Let's move on. Let me just switch a moment and bring you back over here. If I can, let me move over here. Okay. So we've looked at vocabulary, right, for getting a job. We've looked at applying for a job, talking about unemployed, where to look for a job. Let's have a look next at getting a job, a video. We're going to watch a short video of somebody talking about their experience of looking for a job. Okay, let me bring this up over here. Ready? I'm back. So video, Jason's experience looking for a job. We're going to watch a video of Jason, obviously. Watch the video and answer the question below. How did Jason look for a job? How did Jason look for a job? It's a short video, so you don't need to spend too much time watching. Just give me a thumbs up when you're ready to watch, just so that I know, right? Just wait for a moment. Brian says, I'd like to work at BBC Learning English. Great. Good opportunity there. I'm struggling with work that I do not like. I'm looking for a new opportunity. Right. There you go. I think that's a very common situation, right? A lot of people have. Ira says, I had been working as a senior executive and then I resigned in 2022. Right. I wonder what's next. What's next on the agenda for you? Lela, you explain words so well. Good. It's better not to translate, right? I think that helps you think more in English as well. Yeah. Okay, good. I can see some things, fingers up. Yeah, Pradeep, you just added job agency, job recruiting, job recruitment authority. I've not heard of authority. I've heard job recruitment agency. Yes, for sure. Yeah. Okay, good. Let's have a look then at this video. It's Jason. How did Jason look for a job? Ready? Let's have a look.
I'm Jason, and I'd like to tell you about my experience of looking for a job. So, I was unemployed, on the dole, for a few months after I graduated from college. It was a tough time, but I knew I had to keep looking for a job. Actually, I used a number of methods to look for jobs, such as online job boards, and, oh yes, I also went to a couple of job fairs, and of course, I did some networking. I tried to connect with a few people on LinkedIn. I was told that it was important to tailor your resume and cover letter to each job you apply for, as this shows that you're interested in a specific company and position, and sure enough, I found this to help a lot. I interviewed for a few job openings before I finally got an offer. The interview process was nerve-wracking, to be honest, but I did a fair bit of preparation. I tried to ask some insightful questions at the end, and finally, guess what? I got the job. Lucky me.
I love Jason's face. So natural, Jason. Very professional, right? He looks very, very professional to me. Great. So how did Jason look for a job? Let's have a look what you've got. Let me give you a moment. Rihanna says, can I say apply for uni? Yes, you can. Yes. Ellie, hello, nice to meet you. Jana, website, online job board, job fair, online job boards, right. Networking, well done. Mina says also job fair, yes. Emilia says he did networking, yeah. Maybe by means of LinkedIn. I don't know if he mentioned LinkedIn, but yes, by means of LinkedIn. Via online job site, yes, yes. Through LinkedIn, he did mention LinkedIn. Yes, I've forgotten, you're right. Soha says online job boards, job fairs, via LinkedIn as well. Yep, LinkedIn. I'm sure a lot of you guys are on LinkedIn as well, right? He looked at online job boards, job fairs, networking. Great. Okay. And that just brings me up, Peter, you're the perfect answer, right? At the end, there's just one small thing to change, and it's the job fare, because F-A-R-E is the price of something, like the bus fare or the ticket fare. It's the price. But when you're talking about a job fair, we would say F-A-I-R, job fairs. It's the same pronunciation, fair, right? But different spelling. Excellent, Peter. Thank you so much. That helps everybody make a mental note of the spelling and how that's different, right? Okay, excellent, good. So how did Jason look for a job? Job boards, job fairs, and networking. I think you're right about online job boards. I mean, I think he just says job boards, but it's very rare these days to go and look at a physical board. It's more common to have an online job board. And networking via LinkedIn, we can say via LinkedIn. But it could also be networking events. You can go to networking events, right? So sometimes recruitment agencies, companies, or the Chamber of Commerce in the area where you Hello. In the area where you live, there may be a Chamber of Commerce. That's an organization run by people. It depends. They could be government or they could be private, but basically they bring together all the companies in the area and represent those companies. So they often give advice for job hunters, job seekers. They sometimes organize job fairs, and they often organize networking events to help companies, employees, bring them together. So yeah, networking events, often with a drink, maybe a snack, things like that. I've been to so many networking events, and they can be useful, actually. They can be. Okay, great. Excellent. Good. Now then, I would just like you to watch the video again and have a focus on the grammar, okay? Here. So I want you to watch the video one more time and note useful verbs and prepositions. So in English, when we get verbs and prepositions together, it can be quite difficult to know which preposition, right? Look for, or look at, or look to, or look out. They all have different meanings, right? When you change the preposition, there's a different meaning. There's no rule about this. You have to learn them one by one. But as you listen to English and read English, you'll get a feeling for the preposition and the general meaning it has, right? To is in the direction of, look to, go to, speak to. So I want you in this text to watch Jason. Just make a note in the chat, all the different verb plus prepositions that you see and hear, right? Verb plus preposition. So when you see apply, verb, and preposition for, just write that in the chat, and then we'll come back and have a look at them, okay? Great. Farhana, why are you not reading my comment? I'll tell you why, Farhana, because there are 500 people on the line. There are about 300 messages every second. They are going so fast, it's impossible for me to pick up everybody's message. But I have read your message. I will try and pick up as many as I can, but I do apologize. I cannot get everybody's message up here. There are just too many people. And what's more, it's YouTube and Facebook at the same time, right? It's not just on YouTube. Okay, lovely. Let's have a look at the video and note verb and preposition, right? Here we go. Let's do it. One more time.
I'm Jason, and I'd like to tell you about my experience of looking for a job. So, I was unemployed, on the dole, for a few months after I graduated from college. It was a tough time, but I knew I had to keep looking for a job. Actually, I used a number of methods to look for jobs, such as online job boards, and, oh yes, I also went to a couple of job fairs, and of course, I did some networking. I tried to connect with a few people on LinkedIn. I was told that it was important to tailor your resume and cover letter to each job you apply for, as this shows that you're interested in a specific company and position, and sure enough, I found this to help a lot. I interviewed for a few job openings before I finally got an offer. The interview process was nerve-wracking, to be honest, but I did a fair bit of preparation. I tried to ask some insightful questions at the end, and finally, guess what? I got the job. Lucky me.
I love how he says, lucky me. That's why he got the job. Facial expressions. Okay, great. A quick hello, a shout out to Sandy. It's your first time from Indonesia. Welcome. Lovely to see you here. Okay, so let's have a look together at these. Jahid Hassan, thank you for your comment. That's awesome. So we've got looking for. Let's have a look. Looking for a job. Yep, okay. Graduated from. Okay. Connect with. Very nice. Ramadan. Painting land. Apply for. Connect with. Yep. You're there. Perfect. Very nice. Connect to. Was it connect to or connect with? We'll find out in a moment. Tailor, Amelia, but what's the preposition? Is there a preposition? Faith, nice. Sorry, Faith up here. And Abdul Sultan, also first timer. Welcome, nice to see you here. Look for, apply for. Okay, excellent. I think we've got all of them there. Let's have a look. Let me just bring them up here. Actually, what I'll do, I'll just go through the whole script and we'll pick them out, okay? I'm Jason. I'd like to tell you about my experience of looking for a job. That's the first one. I was unemployed on the dole for a few months after I graduated from college. Graduate from, yep. It was a tough time. Tough just means difficult, right? I'll just put these in as well, just to help you, right? It was a tough time, but I knew I had to keep looking for a job. Actually, I used a number of methods. A number of just means several, 3 or 4, right? Not many, but several. Maybe how I can just show that like this. I'll show you what I'm putting in. So I'll underline the expression, and that's the meaning here. Online job boards. Oh, he does say online. He did say online job boards. Okay. I also went to a couple of job fairs, did some networking. I tried to connect with. You can say, actually, connect to. I want to connect to you. I want to connect to some people. It's much better with. Much more common to say connect with somebody, although you will hear sometimes connect to. I was told it's important to tailor your resume and cover letter to, right? So to tailor something to. So there is a preposition. Tailor your letter to the job. Tailor your report to the audience. Tailor your class to the students. To tailor means to adapt, or customize is a better word. Customize. Or adapt, if you like. Personalize. Tailor, of course, it comes from the tailor is the person who cuts the clothes, right? They cut the cloth and they put together, they make clothes. That's a tailor as a noun. But the verb to tailor, it's the same idea, is to customize. Like the tailor, a tailor-made shirt or a tailor-made cardigan is made perfect for you. The tailor will measure, will cut, will sew, and so that's tailor-made. So a tailor is the person. Ba-bam. To tailor is the verb to customize. And you can tailor your class to your students. You can tailor your presentation to the audience. You can tailor your resume to the job, and which you should do, right? Don't use the same resume to every single job. You want to personalize it. The personalization will get you the job. not the CV or the resume. Tip number 1 to tailor. Customize, adapt your resume and cover letter to each job you apply for. Interested in. Remember, interested in. So you should learn these one by one as we're looking at them. The specific company position, sure enough, and sure enough just means indeed and actually. It's when you expect something and then it happens. It's cloudy. I think it's going to rain. And then at 4 o'clock, it's raining. And I go, sure enough, it's raining. It's when you expect something and it happens, right? And then it happens. Sure enough. We use this an awful lot in when we're telling stories in the past, right? When you're saying something, I went for a job interview. Well, I applied for a job. I went to the interview. It went really well. I was so happy with the interview. I thought, yes, I've got this job. It's in the bag. The next day, I got a letter, and sure enough, I got the job. Right? And sure enough, I got the job. Okay. And interviewed for is the last one. I interviewed for a few job openings before I finally got an offer. So to interview for a job. Good. The interview process was nerve-wracking. Nerve-wracking just means makes you nervous. Something makes you very nervous. Right? Not just a little bit, but nerve-wracking. Taking IELTS can be nerve-wracking, right? And I did a fair bit of preparation. A fair bit of, again, very nice colloquial English, spoken English. It means some. I did some preparation. A fair bit of. A fair bit of is more than some. It's not a lot. I mean, if you imagine a little preparation, some preparation, a fair bit of preparation, a lot of preparation, right? So it's just above the middle, a fair bit of preparation, right? Before my IELTS test, I did a fair bit of preparation. So more than some, let's say quite a lot, quite a lot. Yeah, not a lot, but quite a lot. And you're thinking, Keith, English is crazy. It says bit. Bit means little. And here you say a lot. Why? I don't know. English is mad. A fair bit of preparation, quite a lot of preparation. Okay. So I recommend to you, as we're looking at vocabulary, like verb and preposition, also just notice the vocabulary, the spoken English, right? The little bits of spoken English that can help you sound more like a native speaker, more natural. They're useful bits of language, right? I tried to ask some questions at the end and finally I got the job. Look at me. Insightful. Insightful means kind of intelligent, right? Not exactly intelligent, but showing that you are thinking about it, right? Something's insightful. It gives you new information. It shows that you're intelligent. You're a thinking person. Okay. Great. That's it. So I'm just going to do a quick summary, but I'm also going to put the tailor because that came up to a tailor. Sorry, to tailor a class to the students. To tailor, what else did I say? To tailor a presentation to a certain audience. Yeah, audience. To tailor your resume to the job. Let me put that. Just to keep it all the same. Okay. Just as a summary so you remember, right? The different examples. Tailor a class to the students. You can tailor a presentation to the audience. Tailor your resume to the job. Okay, so look. For, apply for, graduate from. I'll put these up as well. Just a quick summary. Graduate, interested. I'm hoping the autocorrect will help me because I can't type. Interested in, interview for. Any others? Connect with, tailor to. Taylor Smith, tailor to. Connect with, tailor to. To look for something, to apply for a job, graduate from, interested in, connect with someone, tailor something to someone, and interview for a job. There you go. Quick summary of everything there. Good. Let me get a drink. Ba-da-shee-be-doo-be-doo-be-doo-be, bum bum bum. Let's see where you are. Let me just bring you up. We've got Fami from Yemen. Nice to see you. Layla from Iran. Nice to see you. Anna, can I say I'm into language learning? Yes, you can. Yes. Little Jewel, to tailor a lecture to students? Yes, exactly. Yes. How could I start watching your videos? Is there a playlist? Yes, there is, Zahin. There are lots of playlists. If you go to the English Speaking Success homepage, there's playlists for vocab, IELTS speaking tips, speaking, live lessons, lots of them. Insightful, clear understanding. Good, thank you. That's good. Yes. Layla says it's mad but interesting. You're talking about English, right? Yes, I know. It is mad but interesting, yes. Excellent, good. Misha and Musa, hello. And Luis from Chile, I think. It must be very early for you, Luis. Let's move on very briefly to what's next. What is next? Let's just have a look in my little thingamajig here. Getting a job video. We've just watched Jason, right? What's after Jason? We're just going to have a look briefly at job hunting tips. Right, job hunting, right? Looking for a job. Let's have a look at some tips together. First tip, develop the skills you need. So I think this is short term and long term. Long term, obviously, if you're studying engineering, then you're learning the knowledge that you need, okay? So one thing is skills, one thing is knowledge. So the knowledge you're studying as an engineer, great. When you're doing teacher training, you're learning the knowledge of your subject. As an English teacher, you learn the grammar, vocabulary, the rules, okay? But the skills, you need a long-term plan to develop the skills. I mean, I'm talking about soft skills. The ability to communicate, the ability to present an idea, okay? The ability to work in a team, the ability to maybe speak another language, the ability to empathize, understand other people, the ability to lead. These are not things you learn at school. You don't learn at university. You don't learn in the subject. You learn through interaction, through noticing, and through practicing. But they're really important, you know. Nowadays, more than ever before, employers assume you have the knowledge. They assume you have the technical skills to manage computers and AI and all of that, but they don't know if you're a good communicator, a good presenter, if you can persuade people, if you can manage people well. They don't know. You have to be able to develop the skills and show them, right? Develop the soft skills you need. So I'm talking about communication, working in a team, leading, spelling, joking, communication, working in a team, leading, all of these, presenting. Can you present an idea? Can you lead a group of people? Yeah. Persuading people. You're going to have to persuade people at work for sure. Persuade people to join your idea rather than somebody else, right? All of these. There are many, many skills, but you know, when you're hunting for jobs, think about this. Think about the skills you need and those that you should develop. Another big tip is research companies you're interested in. So Jason did this. Jason researched the companies. So if you're going to apply for a job in Google, make sure you know not only what Google does, but what's their mission, what's their vision, what's the culture, what are the projects they're working on, what are the PR releases, so the press releases, what's in the media about that company, if they're a public offer company, if they're a public company. So research the company, because when you're in the interview, if you can show that you understand the company, you know the company, so useful, right? So research the companies that you're interested in. Tailor your resume. Again, right? I've worked with HR managers. I've recruited lots of people. 95% of resumes are the same. And so most resumes just, boom, get thrown away because they're all the same, right? The resumes that managers notice are the personalized one, where you've clearly changed your resume and adapted it for that company, right? And you make some reference to the company. I've experience in this, which is in this project similar to the project in Google. So you're making a reference. It's a lot of work because you're sending 10s, 20s, 30s of resumes. But if you can personalize them, you've got a better chance, right? Tailor your resume. And network as well. Like Jason said, network with people, meet people, ask for an introduction or a referral. It's much better when you go to a job interview if somebody has introduced you or referred you, and you're more likely to get the job interview if somebody in the company has said, "Oh, Keith is applying. Could we interview him?" Or when you're asking for the interview, say, "Oh, I was speaking to John who works in your sales team, and he suggested I should speak to you." Straight away, there's a connection. So network with people, okay? Develop your skills, research companies, tailor your resume, network with people. These are my job hunting tips. Cool, great. Let's have a quick look what you're saying. Mualana, I get you. Very, very good. The ability to work under stress, says Zara, that's one of the soft skills, right? I agree, yes. Problem solving, management skills, absolutely. Excellent, good. Why are they soft? I don't know, Claudio. That's what we call them. We talk about hard skills and soft skills. I think it's because they are what we call people skills. It's about dealing with people. So you can't really touch them. They're very abstract. And some people think, oh, they're not important. They're soft, right? They're not hard. but actually they are important. Yeah. Customize your resume. Yes. Soft skills are something along the line: communication skills, management skills, leadership skills. Exactly, all of these. Excellent. Good. Okay, let me switch for a moment and let's come back. So we've looked at job hunting tips very briefly. I'm going to move on and go to the job interview. I've been watching The Office with my daughter recently, and this is Michael, the manager. Why don't I tell you my greatest weaknesses are? I work too hard. I care too much. Sometimes I can be too invested in my job. Great. The key being, right, is that, of course, when you talk about your weaknesses, you make it sound like a strength. Indeed. He does that very, very well. Okay, so I'm going to look at vocabulary first, just a little bit of vocabulary on this topic. The job interview. So if you manage to get your job interview, if you've taken the job hunting tips, the first question is always, what's your name? How are you? Tell me about yourself. Tell me about yourself. Sometimes it's as simple as that. Tell me about yourself. Okay, I'm going to give you a moment now, just a moment. I'd like you in the chat to answer this question, right? Imagine you're in the interview and the interviewer, me, says, tell me about yourself. What would you say? Just take a moment in the chat and let's see what you say. Tell me about yourself. Painting Land says, we can reach D1 level. Nice. Miat Mon says, soft skills means spiritual skills? I wouldn't say spiritual skills, no. I think soft skills are people skills, how you handle people, generally speaking. Let's have a look. Okay, interesting. Let me come in a little bit and work with you, just a few of you on these. Laith says, I'm well-educated, open-minded person. Now, if you say person, you need to say a in there. I'm a well-educated, open-minded person who enjoys challenges. Enjoys, remember, because it's a person who, even though it's I, it's a person who enjoys challenges. I'm able to work independently as well as in a team where I try to be a supportive team player. Right, great. Supportive, describing how you support other people. Lath, very nice. Thank you so much. That's really, really good. And great. Thank you so much. I'm Anjuli. I have expenses as a registered nurse for more than 10 years now. I'm fluent in nursing care for children. I graduated with a BSc and MSc in nursing. Great. Nice. There's just one word I'm going to change, Anjuli, which is expenses. Just be careful. Expenses, of course, is talking about money. But what you mean here is experience, right? With that stress on the E, experience. Nice, good. My name is Ludmila. I'm from Russia. I have worked as an engineer for different government companies. Now I'm fond of learning English. Very nice, good. Now I remember fond is an adjective. So it's I am fond of learning. Great. Rihanna, bit more direct. Hello, I'm Rihanna. I know 4 languages and I think I was born for this job. It's a funny thing to say, but probably not the best thing to say in an interview, right? It sounds too strong and a little bit too arrogant, I would say. Zara, I'm a nurse. I've been one for 8 odd years. Nice. Actually, I find my job demanding but rewarding. Nice. Because I can help lots of people, specifically patient ones. Patient ones. Nice. That's really nice, right? It's good. So what we're doing, obviously, is you're probably going to say your name. You're going to talk probably about your experience. So my name is Zara. I am a nurse. Right. You may say I'm a nurse, or you say I have been a nurse. I have been a nurse for 8 odd years. Yeah, talk about your feelings about your job is good, right? And also, you probably want to talk about your aptitude. Your aptitudes are kind of your abilities, soft skills. So let me just wind this up. So when you're talking about experience, that's normally I have worked as for 10 years, right? I've worked in I've worked in feelings about your job, maybe about your work, and your aptitude. So I'm good at doing this. I'm good at doing that. I'm good at communicating. Okay, great. So these are probably things you're going to pull out. Let's have a look. Julia says, "Thank you for giving me the opportunity for the interview today. Very polite, very nice. Let me tip my personal background a bit. Let me tip my personal background. I'm not sure about tip. I would say talk about, right? I think I would say, let me talk about my personal background. I'm the first child to my parents and I have 2 siblings. I stayed with my immediate family." Right. This is interesting. So, Julia, in a job interview, I wouldn't talk about my family. At least in the UK, and I think in America, it's probably not important. It's not relevant. I don't think it's something that I would include in this bit, right? Lovely English, great. And the first bit is good. I love the polite starter. That's really, really nice, right? So having some kind of a lubrication, right? Not small talk, but let's just say a polite comment. Nice to meet you. Thanks for giving me this opportunity. I'm excited to be here. Let me tell you more about myself, right? Some polite comment. That's very, very nice. Yes. Julia, experiences. Bad typing quickly. I know. Yes. Let's have a look. One more. Atika Ahmed. Well, my name is Sarah, 30-year-old doctor working as a family physician for 10 years. Excellent experience as general practitioner, well trained in management of acute and chronic illness. Okay, so Atika Ahmed, I can see because you're typing quickly, it looks like it's writing. Putting it into speaking, we would say, well, my name is Sarah. I'm a 30-year-old doctor, and I have been working as a family physician for 10 years. I've got excellent experience as a general practitioner. I'm well trained in the management of acute and chronic illnesses. Good. So you're talking here about your skills, your experience, and your skills. So maybe I can add here working skills. Yes. Okay, great. Nice. Now, when you talk about excellent experience, I've got excellent experience. This may be a cultural thing, right? Possibly. Maybe a cultural thing. I've got excellent experience. Can sound a bit strong. I think for some cultures, it's acceptable to say, yes, I've got excellent experience. I think I would say I've got a lot of experience. I've got wide experience in this. When you say I've got excellent experience, it may sound like you're blowing your own trumpet, that you're a bit arrogant. I'm the best. It's great. I'm wonderful. And in the interview, you want to be strong, you want to be good, but you don't want to be I'm the best. You don't want to be arrogant. Again, I think it's slightly cultural, but something to bear in mind, right? I think, yes. So maybe here I've got a wide experience in. I have a lot of experience in da 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 da. Okay. These are just suggestions. Again, from one culture to another, this will change. Okay. Excellent. I'm going to move on. There's lots of really good comments coming up. But I think this is good. So answering this question, I think a polite comment, your name, talk about your experience and working skills, maybe feelings about work, but also your aptitudes. So these soft skills, right? What you're good at. The interviewer will cut you off. Sometimes they want a short answer, sometimes a long answer. Just keep talking until they stop you, right? Just keep talking. Give them as much information as you can. So we've talked a bit about that introduction. First impressions count. First impressions count. When I say count, I mean they're important, right? First impressions are important. So that first answer is important. The first impression will be your clothes, your face and your smile, and then what you say. The first answer. So it's important. Sell yourself, yes. Play up your attributes. So your attributes are your qualities, right? Play up your attributes, your qualities. I'm good at this. I'm a good communicator. I'm very good, a good presenter. But also keep it simple, right? Keep it simple. So as an experiment, I went to ChatGPT and said, how can I answer this question here, right? Tell me about yourself. So I went to ChatGPT and said, listen, I'm applying for a job and they're going to ask me this question. What can I say? And this is what ChatGPT said. My diverse experiences have equipped me with a unique flexibility and understanding of different workplace dynamics. Now that's mad. That's crazy. Nobody speaks like that. That sounds like a PhD. It's like a robot. I think that's terrible. This sounds terrible, right? I think you need to avoid the empty words. Unique flexibility. I mean, what does that mean? Unique flexibility. Workplace dynamics? What does that mean? I mean, it's just so empty. Anybody can say that, and I know nothing about them. So avoid these empty words. Keep it simple, right? Really keep it simple. I have a lot of experience, and that means I'm good at presenting because I've done this. Focus, keep it simple. And keep it simple and keep it natural, right? Keep it simple and natural. You want naturals, if you're doing it in English, of course, you want natural spoken English. You don't want a PhD. That it doesn't sound good at all. So please be careful with ChatGPT. What you might say, right? Some examples, especially about your aptitudes and your soft skills. I'm good at problem solving. I'm good at problem solving. I'd say I'm a results-oriented kind of person. Actually, why don't you repeat these with me? And listen to the intonation. I'm good at... Start again, Keith. I'm good at problem solving. Yeah, get the stress. I'm good at problem solving. I'd say I'm a results-oriented kind of person. I have a strong background in teaching. Yeah, don't say teaching, put your profession. I have a strong background in medicine. I enjoy tackling challenges head on. Good. Head on just means directly, right? On the head. Not over here, but head on, directly. Next, I thrive under pressure. That's stress on pressure. I thrive under pressure. To thrive is to work well, perform well. I thrive under pressure. I think I have a good track record of doing this. Yeah. Track record is your experience. I have good experience, right? Positive experience. And results. Yeah, track record is your experience and results, your good results. I'm very comfortable with teaching children. Comfortable with. Comfortable. Comfortable. Yeah, not comfortable. 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 I'm very comfortable with teaching adults. I consider myself a very adaptable kind of person. You can come back and rewind that. Adaptable, you can change, right? Flexible, flexible. Okay, some nice phrases you could be using to talk about your soft skills, selling yourself a little bit, right? Good. Let's have a look. You're all giving me your self-introductions. Great. Now, Giza, don't worry. You can always come back, watch it again to practice. Then make sure you have examples, right? So talking about empty words, if you say, yes, I'm good at problem solving, you should give an example. Because anybody can say, yeah, I'm good at problem solving, and give an example. Make sure you have examples. So prepare your examples. I'm good at problem solving. In my previous job, once, we were about to lose a contract, but I managed to get some inside information. Right? Not we, but I. It was my work. But I managed to get some inside information by networking with staff in that company, and eventually it saved the day. So this is good because you're showing your soft skill, you're giving an example, and you're saying what you did. Be very careful with saying we instead of I. But we managed to, no, say I. So I know that it's you that did it, something that you did. And the result, talk about the result. You could give more details maybe here, right? So examples. Good. Say, I did da da da. So you focus on you. Show the result. Yep. I think it's really important for both of those to be able to be clear and to make a very positive impact. Okay. I'm just going to have a look at a few more questions very briefly. We can talk about to be qualified for the job. If you are, so qualified is you have the certificates, right? Have the experience and certificates or the education. If you have too much, then you're overqualified. If you don't have enough, you're underqualified. So sometimes you apply for a job that you're overqualified. In that case, they may ask you, I think you're overqualified for this job. Do you agree? And then you have to handle that. You could say, well, yes, maybe I am overqualified, but I bring a wealth of experience that I think will really help your company because da, 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 da. So qualification is an important focus, right? Qualifications. That will come up in the interview. But qualifications are not everything. Another important question is the interviewers are asking themselves, do you fit in? So will your personality and your approach fit in with the other team? So if there's a team of, let's imagine it's a publisher and they publish books and everybody is a very strong academic, they're very quiet people, they like to work in peace and quiet, and in the interview you are loud, making jokes, shouting, laughing, very extrovert, even though you have all the qualification, the interviewer may think he doesn't fit in. He will be terrible in this team. It's too loud, too funny, too extrovert, doesn't fit in. So it's important to be natural, to be you, but be aware it's a key question, right? The interviewer is thinking, will they fit in my team? So the question will be, are you a good match for this post? Yeah, I think I'm a good match for this post because, and then, yeah, you talk about experience, about your skills, and they will be looking at your personality as well. You can't change your personality, and you shouldn't change your personality, right? Just be you. The other question that will come up is, what are your strengths and weaknesses? What are your strengths and weaknesses, right? Again, you can talk about your strengths, but don't be too arrogant, right? Don't try and show off too much. Talk about your weaknesses, but make it sound positive. It's really important. Make your weakness sound positive. What are your weaknesses? Well, I'm always late. That's terrible. Don't say that. What are your weaknesses? Well, okay. I'm a bit of a workaholic, so I often stay late at work, working a bit too much. That's better. That sounds like a positive thing, right? Like Michael was saying. What are your weaknesses? Well, I'm a bit of a perfectionist. I like everything to be perfect. So sometimes my work is a bit slow, but the result is great because I'm a perfectionist. So you make it sound like a positive thing, right? When you're talking about your weaknesses. Great. Layla, thank you for your comments. These are great. Layla says, let me share this one. You are equipped with knowledge and essential skills to help students develop their IELTS skills. You are indeed an experienced and trustworthy teacher. Wow, Layla, thank you so much. Very, very kind. Very kind. Quick shout out to Ziyoti Sharma. After a long time, you're finally seeing the live. Great. Today's excellent topic. Great, sir. Nesto says, I'm very happy to learn with you. Not have to do interviews of this type at this point in life, but maybe in the future. Maybe. Please give an example in nursing. Ooh, an example of weaknesses and strengths. Gosh. So, for example, maybe, Daniel John. So, I'm a nurse, right? And I have to work with a lot of patients and a lot of other nurses. One of my weaknesses is that sometimes I'm a bit slow to fit into a new team. But that's because I like to build deep relationships and trust with the people I work with. And then when I'm in the team, I'm 100% dedicated. Sometimes it's a bit slow, but it's something I'm working on, right? So you're saying the weakness, right? I'm a bit slow to fit into a team. That's fine, but you make it sound positive. I'm slow because I want a deep connection with my colleagues. And then later, I work really well with them. And it's also a good idea with a weakness to say, it's something I'm working on. I'm trying to improve. I've done a training course or I practice. So you're aware of your weakness and you're trying to improve. The key thing is the interviewer wants to know if you're self-aware. Do you know that you've got weaknesses? Because if you know, then you can change them and you're willing to change them. But if you say, well, I don't have any weaknesses, then that's bad because everybody has weaknesses. So you have to be aware of your weaknesses. And that's the main thing. Tell them that show them that you're aware of the weaknesses and how you can work to improve it. Great. Malakai, Daniel John, great question. Good. Excellent. I'm going to move on next to my next thing. We've been looking at the vocabulary, right? I have to do that because he's in the way. Let's have a look at a job interview video. So we're going to watch a job interview. It's actually me interviewing for a job, interviewing for a job as a teacher manager. Let's imagine I want a new job. I'm fed up with Keith Speaking Academy. I'm going to look for a job. It's not true, right? Let's imagine. So I'm looking for a job. The lady is interviewing me, and let's see how I do. Let's find out. Let me just pull this up. I'm going to ask you a question as well. I'm going to ask you two questions. Sorry, I've just... Video. Watch the job interview. Keith applying for a job as a teaching manager. Answer the questions below. Will he get the job? And does he want the job? So you are the judge, right? Do you think I will get the job? But more importantly, does he want the job? This is a really important question because don't forget, when you do a job interview, it's two ways. They are interviewing you, but you should evaluate them. It's your chance to decide, is this really the company for me? So sometimes you're in a job interview and the things you discover in the interview, you think, ooh, I didn't know that. Ooh, I don't like that. And you can discover through the answers, the questions, what the interviewer says, what they don't say, the environment of the interview. You can judge a lot of things, right? I've been to some job interviews and I've walked out going, I don't want to work there. So it's an opportunity for you to evaluate the job. It's a two-way. the interview, right? It's not just them choosing you, it's you choosing them as well. Don't forget that, right? Good. So that's why I asked the question, will he get the job? Does he want the job? Okay, give me a quick thumbs up to let me know that you're ready to watch. Alexander, I actually prefer the British The Office, but the American The Office has a lot more episodes. Wahid, is it necessary to say about weaknesses? No, only if they ask you. If they don't ask you, don't mention it, right? Mohammed says, I usually don't watch the live. This live has captivated me. Good, good. My weakness is that my English is not fluent, but I'm working on it. That's a good answer. Yep. It shows your awareness of your level and you're working on it. It's a very good answer. Yes. Right. I think we've got thumbs up. Great. Let's do it. Let's go into the interview. Will he get the job? Does he want the job? Here we go. Straight in.
Hello, and thanks for coming in today. So we are looking for someone to be a teaching manager in our school in Milan. Let's begin, shall we? First of all, tell me about yourself.
Okay. Remember to smile. Oh, not like that. Too much. Better. Okay. I can talk about experience and qualification. Let's go. So yes, I think I have a strong background in education. I've been working in international education for around 10 years. I've worked as a teacher trainer. I've worked as a teaching manager as well. Sorry, I'm a bit nervous. I guess my most relevant experience is where I worked as a teaching manager for 3 years in a school in London. There, I managed about 10 teachers. I oversaw the quality of the classes and ensured that students were really satisfied with the courses, that they would rejoin and also passed any tests that they were taking. Actually, we got a 95% pass rate on the exams. Now, talk about aptitudes. So naturally, there were a few challenges in that job. And, I enjoy tackling challenges head on. Don't give too many details. For instance, oh no, one time, stop. Well, maybe I won't go into detail, but generally speaking, I wouldn't say I thrive under pressure, but I can handle pressure pretty well. I'm very comfortable with unexpected setbacks, putting out fires quickly, but focusing on the long-term important work.
Okay, so why do you think you are a good fit for this role?
Well, I would say I'm a good match because, as I understand it, you're looking for somebody who is dedicated to quality teaching and superb customer support or student support. I know that you take that very seriously in your organization. And to be honest, these are aspects that I excel in. Nice. Now wait for the give me an example question.
Great, thanks. Now, if I asked your last boss what your weaknesses are, what would they say?
Wait, what? Where's the example question? Oh no, what did she just ask me? Yes, that's a tough question. What do you mean exactly?
Well, I mean, if I asked your last boss what your weaknesses are, what would they say?
Oh, right. Well, I think he would say if there were a weakness he would point out, he would probably say that I'm a perfectionist. That sometimes slows me down, but that's because I want to do things perfectly. I want people to have a great experience. And sometimes I go into a bit too much detail, but in the end, normally the results are very positive. And this is something I've been working on to improve continuously as I develop as a professional.
Okay, that's fine. Finally, do you have any questions for me?
No, I'm all good, thanks. What am I doing? I should always ask a question at the end. Well, make a good impression. Or maybe, if I could ask, what are the goals for the coming year that I might be expected to achieve? Nice question.
Well, we haven't worked out the nitty-gritty of that yet, but obviously, we expect students to be very happy and we want to see student numbers grow. Okay, let's finish up here.
That's great. Thank you so much. I look forward to hearing from you. Lovely. I look forward to hearing from you. So then, let's come back. Those questions. Will he get the job? Does he want the job? Just put in the chat. You can put the number and just tell me as well what you think. Numbers. There. Let's have a look. Ernest is a fantastic, very funny. Yes. Nice tie. Yes. That was my Premier League tie, actually. He doesn't want this job. Okay, interesting. Wahid, no, he won't get a job. He shouldn't say that he's nervous. He used lots of fillers. Oh, interesting. Right. Maybe. That's interesting. The fillers. Is that a problem, using fillers? I think using fillers is perfectly natural. Iro, he will get the job. Yes, he wants. I think he will. He wants. Yeah, you got the job. Alexander, yes, yes. Both yes. You got a job. You got the job. Definitely he needs the job badly. Right. He wants the job. He hopes to hear from them soon. Yes and yes. Yes, you'll get it. He will not get the job. He wants the job. Right. Mina says, Keith, you passed and here's your offer letter. Thank you. Every interview I feel nervous. You know, when you're nervous in an interview, I think it's fine to say that you're nervous. If you are nervous, the interviewer will notice. They may try to relax you, but I think it's okay to say you're nervous. Yes and yes. Yes, 75% he got the job, he wants the job. Razul Islam Adin, I can see your comment. Keep watching the live lessons would be my answer. Okay, lots of interesting. Oh, let me see. This is an interesting one from Grace Francial. I'm unsure. I'm not sure he gets this job because he is motivated regarding his answers. He really wants the job and he's a good fit for it. He's eager to make a big contribution. Right. Good answer. Yeah. So I think, will he get the job? Maybe. There were some good things in the interview. So I think I showed that I researched the company, that I understood what the school is and what they're looking for, and I tried to match my skills to the school, which is good. In some of my preparation, I planned too much. I was expecting an example question and it didn't come, and that really disturbed me. So I wasn't relaxed enough and flexible enough, and that may be a negative thing against me. I think I showed good experience, and I think with the different experiences, I gave examples, and my soft skills, I gave examples. Again, it was a balance between blowing my own trumpet and showing I'm confident. Do I want the job? Maybe. I think yes, but I'm not sure. The answer at the end that she gave me, I was a bit nervous because her answer at the end, she had no idea about the year goal. She said, well, we don't know the details, the nitty-gritty, but, we want people to be happy. It sounds to me that they haven't thought very clearly about their goals. But I think overall, probably yes. So I would say for me, probably yes. Will he get the job? I have to say maybe. I don't know. It's hard to say. You'll have to ask her. Find out next week. Okay, good. What we'll do, let's have a look at. I'm going to go through the script one more time. I'll just show you what was said, right? And I'll just point out some of the things that we said. You can come back later and watch it. So she says, thanks for coming in. So she is very polite, yes. I forgot to be polite. I should have been. I should have said, yeah, thank you for this opportunity, yeah. I talked about my strong background in education, right? Strong background. I've been working in experience. I've worked as, so you can see the language. I have been working, I have worked as, and then I said I'm a bit nervous. I think that's okay. I wouldn't worry about that. And then, I guess my most relevant experience, I think this is good, is to say, you don't, this is tailoring my answer, right? Tailor my answer to the company. I don't tell them all my experience as a teacher, because really they don't want to know. They want to know my experience as a teaching manager. So to say my most relevant experience is this. So tailoring your answer to the company is good, I think. And then I give the information to oversee the quality, right? To control and manage the quality. Talking about, you know, actual numbers, maybe that can help sometimes. And then I talked about the soft skills, right? Tackling challenges head on. So not only experience, but my soft skills as well. And I wasn't sure about, maybe I can give an example, but I decided not to go into detail. Maybe it would be too much detail for the first question, right? I wouldn't say I thrive under pressure, but I handle pressure well. So here, I think this is positive because I'm saying I don't thrive under pressure, but I handle pressure pretty well. I'll tell you why it's positive. Because sometimes in interviews, candidates try so hard, I'm good at this, I'm great at that, I'm good at this, that the interviewer thinks, really? Nobody is perfect. So when you show you're not perfect, I think that's good to say, I'm good at this, I'm good at this, I'm not that good at this. And I know that, self-aware, but I'm trying to improve. And also it's real, because if this job is high pressure every day, I won't do well. So I'm being honest. And I think showing your honesty and show that you're human a little is a good idea. So I say, listen, I don't thrive under pressure, right? It's not great. I don't like pressure, but I handle it pretty well. I'm comfortable with unexpected setbacks. Putting out fires, you may know the expression. It's to put out fires means to solve the crises, right? It doesn't mean literally, it's idiomatic, right? To solve sudden problems, sudden important problems. No, not important, urgent. Urgent problems. Putting out fires. Some people say, in this job, you're always putting out fires. There are sudden, urgent problems. And then we go on, okay, I think you're a good fit. Are you a good fit? I'd say I'm a good match, right? That's good. I'm a good match because, as I understand it, so here I'm showing her I have researched the company. I understand the company. You're looking for this, right? So I've done my research, which is good. I know you take that seriously because it says in your mission statement, it says this company focuses on customer service. To excel in means to be really good at something. I excel in customer service. So here, I am blowing my own trumpet. I'm saying I'm really good at this, right? This is my forte. I excel in customer service. So you need a balance, right? You need a balance of being honest and human, but a balance of saying you're good, you're really good. Great, thanks now. Here's the weakness question, and this confused me. I was badly prepared, and she just answers this. She gives me the same question. So here I said, I think I would say, he would say, right? What would my boss say? I'm a perfectionist, you can say. It's a common answer, but actually it's true for me. So sometimes that slows me down, but that's because I want to do da 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 da. But in the end, normally the results are positive. So we're saying actually it's good, and it's something this is something I've been working on to improve as I develop as a professional. So I'm repeating that I am a professional, right? Boom, I am professional. It's like subliminal messaging. Great. And then we come in at the end. Okay, that's fine. Do you have any questions for me? No, I'm all good. Yeah. I think most people nowadays say in the interview, you should ask a question at the end. You should ask a question. Sometimes people say, no questions. You should ask a question. A, because it shows you're interested in the company. B, it creates a good impression. Interviewers always remember the last part of the interview because it's the end. It's like the end of a film, the end of a book. You always remember the end of the film. And it's the same, the end of the interview. So if at the end of the interview you say, no questions, thank you, bye-bye, you're forgotten. But if at the end of the interview you say, oh, actually, if I get this job, what are the goals you might expect me to achieve? Great question. And then she has to think, oh, what are the goals? And it shows that you're interested. It shows that you're thinking long term. It's a great question. And that will stick in the memory or the mind of the interviewer. You'll be different from other candidates. Do not ask, what's the salary? Never in the interview. You can ask that separately later, but it's in the first interview, it's really not a good idea because it shows you're looking for the money. So that's it. Always a good idea to ask a question right at the end. If I could ask, what are the goals for the coming year that I might be expected to achieve? She says, we haven't worked out the nitty-gritty. The nitty-gritty just means the details. The nitty-gritty. Very colloquial English, but nice, right? It's used in the interview. And that was it. That was the end. Okay, there you go. That was it. Now, because of the time, I'm not going to watch it again. I think it would be useful to watch it again, but I'll let you come back and you can watch it again shortly. Excuse me. Let's move on. Let me get some water first. I need some music, don't I? I'm going to come back to the job interview video we've had a look at. The last thing is job interview tips. And this is just repeating a little bit what we've seen in the interview, but with some other ideas, especially if you're looking for that. Yes. I'm just going to I've just seen one of the questions. Yeah, good question. Kumari, what should we ask at the end of the interview as nurses? As a nurse, you could ask, well, there's lots of things you can ask, right? As a nurse, you could focus on, for example, asking questions about training and development shows that you want to get better. You could say, what are the training and development opportunities in this job? Don't ask a yes/no question. Don't ask, are there development opportunities? No. Don't say yes, no. Ask an open question. What are the training and development opportunities? You can ask about the challenges. What are the challenges I might face in this job? You could ask. That will give you an idea of the details of the job. A good question is, how would you describe the culture of this hospital, of this center, of this organization? How would you describe the culture? Something like that. I'll show you some different ideas in a moment as well. So let me come back. Job interview tips. Ba-bam. So job interviewing, it's about 50% qualification and skills, including soft skills, right? But also it's about 50% your energy, personality, and fitting in. So your energy in the interview is so important, and your personality and fitting in, right? I'm not sure about 50%, right? I've just made that up. What I mean to say is it's very important, your energy and personality. So make sure you go into the interview with energy, with a smile, being positive, because that has such a strong impact. And whether you fit in will be an important factor. Your soft skills are important. Of course, your education and qualification is important, but that's the minimum barrier, if you like. So have positive energy. That's the key. Check the dress code and the time, right? Be punctual. Whatever the culture in your country, for a professional job interview, be punctual. Be on time, right? Check the dress code. So if that company, nobody wears a tie, don't wear a tie. If in that company, everybody wears a tie and a suit, wear a tie and a suit. So wear something appropriate for the company. You can ask, what should I take? So before the interview, just check with them. Should I bring my ID? Should I bring a portfolio of my work? Should I bring my certificates of my education? So check with them, right? The worst thing is you arrive in the interview, right, with nothing, and they go, oh, nice to meet you. So can I see your certificates for your university? I didn't bring them. Boom, you're out, finished, no chance. So check what you should take. As I mentioned, research company values, mission, notice their words and use them. So you can go on the company website, you can check the mission of the company. And if the company says we value customer service and supporting students, use those words in the interview. I love to support students. Customer service is so important, and I excel in supporting students, right? Don't say, oh, I'm good at helping students. No, I'm good at supporting students, because supporting students is on their website. I can see the words. Use the same words, because the interviewer will know the company culture, value, mission. And when you use the same words, they're going to be, there's a connection. So it's a really simple trick, right? Just go to the website and notice their words and use them in the interview. Very simple trick. Another thing is ask insightful questions. So we mentioned this, right? Insightful, giving clear information, showing you're intelligent, because you want to stick in the interviewer's mind, right, at the end. But only ask these if they haven't been answered. So if they've already given you the answer, don't ask again. And only ask if it feels appropriate. Try to be positive, not critical. So yes, ask a question. Kind of questions. Here are some. How would you describe the culture of this company? That's a great question because it shows that you're interested, but also the answer will tell you if it's a good company for you. What are the key goals of this role for the coming year? Right? That's a nice one. Again, it shows you how organized they are and whether you fit in. Can you tell me more about the team I might be working with? Great. Again, you will get information about the team and you may think, oh my God, that doesn't sound good for me. But it also shows that you're interested. You're thinking about the next step. You're thinking about you in the job. So can you tell me about the team I might be working with? The next question, I think, is only possible if you feel a rapport and a connection with the interviewer, right? Why do you enjoy working here? If you don't feel that connection and it's very, very formal, don't ask. But sometimes the interview is very relaxed and you feel there's a connection and you may just say, well, I'm really interested, but what about you? I mean, why do you like working here? And probably they will say, well, it's great because the team are really good. It matches with my vision of, supporting students and helping people learn and da. And you think, oh, that's great. And you can sense from their answer if it's a good company. Because if the answer is, well, the pay's okay, it pays the rent, then something's not right. So you can judge from what they don't say in that question. But it's a very close connection, right? Why do you enjoy working here? Be careful with that. Finally, you can say, well, what will be the next steps after today? What will be the next steps after today? Again, you're showing your interest in continuing with the company. There's a link here with questions. It's a website. It's very, very interesting. Coursera. You can go and have a look. They've got more information about this. If you want to find out more about it, I'll show you very briefly over here. 15 insightful questions. No, thank you. No, thank you. To ask hiring managers. It goes through, it talks about the manager, the hiring manager, so the interviewer. Quite a lot of detail, but questions about team culture, right? Some interest, and they give you examples. Questions about skills that you need in the job, give you some examples. Questions about growth, right? Growth and development that we talked about. Questions about the company. You can go and have a look at those in your own time. I'll ask Burns if you can put the link. My assistant will put the link here in the chat, and you can go and check that out in your own time from Coursera. Coursera are really good, right? They do these online courses in any topic. Right, good, excellent. So let me move on. I think we're coming towards the end, right? I think we are coming towards the end. Wahid says, great lesson. Faria says, thanks for the lesson. You have a job interview on Monday. Well, best of luck. I hope it goes well. What I expected me to do? Right, that's a good question. Yes. Yes, what? Let me help you, Hussan. What will I be expected to do in this role? That's a really good question, right? Because you're asking for more detail. What will I be expected to do in this role? It's a nice question, yes. What I said if they were asking me about how much the salary you expect. Well, it depends on the situation. Normally, the company will give you a salary range when you apply for the job, and then the salary you expect. It's a difficult question. It depends on the circumstance. I would always put 10% above your existing salary. because you want to move up, but you need to be aware of the range that they're asking for. It's a good question. Yeah, I think it depends very much on the context. Good, Ganiseri, you're very, very welcome. No, there's no Zoom meeting today. No, that's only for the gold students. So next week, for students on the gold course, we will have a Zoom meeting, but not today. No. Great. So listen, as we come to the end, let me see if there's any other comments coming up. So the PDF over here, the PDF of this, I'm going to edit, and then I will put that on the website, and you will find it later. If you don't know, I do have a website, which is the Keith Speaking Academy. KeithSpeakingAcademy.com. You can find the website. Go and have a look. If you go to the free live lessons, you can download the PDF. This was last month. We'll change this later today. But you can also come down here and download the PDFs of different live lessons that I've done. And you can get those for a wide range of topics for everyday life and for IELTS speaking. You can get those there. Also, I've got online courses. This month, I'm very excited because this month I actually launched a new course, which is the idioms course. And if you haven't seen it yet, go and check out the idioms course. I'll show you very briefly. It's over here. The idioms course is this. It's 150 idioms for IELTS speaking. There are 30 topics. So there are 30 videos, 30 topics for IELTS, 5 idioms in each, where I introduce the idioms. There's a course book. I show you how to use the idioms. I show you the meaning, how to use them, pronounce them, different similar idioms, and then get you practice using them. And you can do that. There's also a mini novel with all the idioms in the course that you can listen to and read to review the idioms in the course. It's called A New Flame. And also the whole course has a private podcast. So you can access the whole course through Spotify or Apple or Google Podcast Player. You get a personal link, so you can do that as well inside the course, 50 Idioms for IELTS Speaking. If you want to find out more about it, go to the website, click on the courses. As I said, just up there on the website, online courses in the top corner. And it'll show you here the different courses. Look for the 150 idioms, and you can click on that. There's more information here, but you just go through, click on. It's $97. You can also get, if you like, the workbook, which is workbook with model answers as well. You can add that to your order, and then you can fill up and buy it there. And then once you're in, you can get it inside. I'll show you inside very, very briefly, but I have to do this not incognito. I have to do it through here. Let me just show you inside here. I'll show you inside the course, and then you can have a look at it. Let me just get inside. I'll show you very, very briefly to give you an idea if it's something you might be interested in. So when you come inside the course, you will see there's a welcome video here. You can leave a comment, tell me about it. There's a frequently asked videos, so this video talks about different questions about idioms that people are not sure about. You can get the course book here. It shows you inside all the different idioms for the different topics. You can also download that over here. There's the mini novel that is also in there, and this is with all of the idioms that are highlighted. You can get that there. You can download it. You can also download the novel. You can listen to the course on the podcast, or you can go into your podcast player and get it there. A whole variety of different topics, for example, on shopping, and then the video plays. And basically, you can go through and was a simple woman. There's a story that presents the idioms. It means to go. I then explain each one and show you the meaning. I talk through the usage, how you can use it. I went window shopping. And you practice using it, right? Another example, my wife will happily spend a whole day. There's lots of examples, and the main idea is to give you lots of context to help you learn and follow it. That's it. It's the course. It's the idioms course, 150 idioms. You can get it on the website. Go and check it out. And if it's for you, then there you're in. You're there. Right? Good. I think, I've just remembered. I've just remembered something that I forgot. We should be having a Kahoot, right? We should be having a Kahoot. Wow. How many people want to stay? How many people would like to stay for the Kahoot? Let me see. The course is $97. Christine says, I've already bought the course and I love it. Daniel says, your idiom course is unsurpassed. I'm working on it. Nice. Great. Gideon Ruchi from Nairobi. Okay. Now Ludmila has to go. I understand a lot of you have to go. It's very, very, very late. But I'll do the Kahoot for those of you who can stay. Nesrin, the next live lesson is on YouTube. The public lesson is going to be on March the 7th. March the 7th, right? So what we do is the live lessons happen once a month on the first Thursday of each month, right? So the first Thursday of each month at 10 o'clock Spain time. So the next one will be next month, 7th of March. If you want more live lessons, you can join the Gold course, because the Gold course has a live lesson next week and the week after. So you get 2 extra live lessons, as well as Zoom meetings where we practice talking about the course. Again, it's on my website. It's the Gold course for IELTS speaking. There's lots of information there. Go on the website, Keith Speaking Academy, and you can find out about that. It's at keithspeakingacademy.com, obviously. Okay, right. I'm going to lose a lot of people. It's so late, but let's do a quick Kahoot, right? To finish up on, if you'd like to stay. Some of you will stay, I'm sure. Okay, I'll open up the Kahoot. We're going to review some of the vocabulary and let's check it out. Da, 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 da. Wait a moment. Let's get it going. It'll take me a minute. What you do basically is you go to kahoot.it and put in your name and the pin. And then the pin will help us get in and you can start playing, okay? Let me share the screen with you. You can see what we're doing. So if you go to kahoot.it, put in your name and the pin at 3497904. 3497904. Ernesto from Sevilla, thanks for joining. Musab Dabawi, Kahoot is a game that we're going to play together just to review some of the vocabulary from today's class. Marcelo as well is asking, what is it? It's a fun game. You'll see. If you go to kahoot.it, or you can download the app, put in your name. You can see people are joining. And the pin is 3497904. Brian is playing. Shizuka's playing. Okay, there's enough people. For those of you who have to leave, absolutely fine. Of course, I realize it's been a long session, a very long session. Thank you for staying with me. And I'll see you next time. For those of you staying, we're in Kahoot. Let's have a look how many people are joining. Luis, good question. I don't have Facebook. Can I use all the tools? You can use the majority of the tools except the Facebook group. So, yeah, it's interesting, Luis. The Facebook group at the moment is where you can meet other people and chat writing, and we do the live lessons. But the live lessons are recorded and put in the course. The breakout rooms are in the course, not on Facebook. The Zoom meetings are on Zoom, not on Facebook. So Facebook is only the live lessons, live, and kind of asking questions to the Facebook group. That may change in the future, but at the moment, you'll miss that bit. Alamin says, first time watching. It's a pleasure. Great. Very pleased. Okay, great. Let's jump in. Let's start. We've got enough people in. Let's go. First question. So you have to choose A, B, or C, or D. I don't have a job. I'm on the blank. Deal, dial, dole, or jewel. So you have to choose the right answer, right? I don't have a job. I'm on the blank. Is it deal, dial, dole, or jewel? You've got 30 seconds to get your answer in. Do you remember? It means to be unemployed. I don't have a job. I'm on the dole, right? On the dole meaning unemployed. I don't have a job, right? I'm on the dole. Great. Let's see who got it right and who was the fastest. Christina again at the top. Taylor, I like it. Angelica, number 3. Dorami and Levita. Next question. It's always a good idea to blank your resume for different jobs. Tailor, soldier, hunter, chair. It's always a good idea to blank your resume for different jobs. Do you remember? Is it tailor, soldier, hunter, or chair? 5 seconds left. Well done, Leila. I can see your answer. The answer is tailor. Right, a lot of you got that right. Yes, to tailor your resume. To chair is to chair a meeting, which is different here. And we wouldn't say to soldier here or to hunter. Great. What's happening on the board? Christina's still there. Angelica has moved up to second. And Taylor third. Question number 3. Don't worry about me. I thrive, blank pressure. Above, at, on, under. Don't worry about me. I thrive, blank pressure. Above, at, on, or under. Jana, well done. There we go. Under pressure. The vast majority got it right. I thrive under pressure, which means I perform or work well under pressure. Well done. Good. Where are we? Oh, there's some changes. Taylor has moved up to first place. Christina and Angelica are still there. Hunter has moved into 5th place. Here we go. The last question. Make sure you respect the company blank code. Clothes, dress, suit, or shirt. Make sure you respect the company blank code. Clothes, dress, suit, or shirt. What do we say? Clothes code, dress code, suit code, or shirt code? Dress code. Well done. So many people got that right. Exactly. We talk about the company dress code, what you should or shouldn't wear. Excellent. Let's see then the final result. Angelica's in third. Christina almost second, which means Taylor. You tailored your answers. You did so well. Well done. Oh, so nice. Well done there, Taylor. Excellent. Congratulations to you. Very well done. Nice. Good. Well, listen, that does bring us to the end at last after all of that. We've had an interesting class. We've been looking at the vocabulary for getting a job. We had a video about how Jason got his job and some useful tips there. Also about job hunting, how you can do that, where you can do that, some of the language you can use. We had the job interview. We looked at vocabularies to help you with that. We also had the job interview video looking at how I tried to get a job as a teaching manager. And then we also finished up on some tips for the job interview, what you can do, should do, shouldn't do, some ideas to share with you. And finally, we finished up on Kahoot. And my, oh my, what a long session it has been today. But well done, all of you, for sticking with me. And do remember, you can get the PDF on my website. I'll put that up on the website later. It'll probably take me a short time, but if you go there, not there, but if you go to the free live lessons, and you'll be able to download that a little bit later. I need a few hours to do that. That's it. If you're interested in more live lessons, come and join the Gold course. You can find out about the Gold course on my website. It's my main IELTS speaking course. There's lots of information. There's strategies. There's model answers for different topics. You can get to chat, speak online in the breakout rooms, practice your speaking with other students around the world. And there's a private group where you can also ask questions, share your experience, and we get 2 extra live lessons each month, as well as 2 Zoom meetings where we also practice talking about that. Check it out. It's on the website. For now, for today, thank you so much, all of you, for joining me. And listen, have a lovely day, and I will see you maybe on social media. You can find me on Facebook, on Instagram, and on my website, and of course on YouTube. If you are on YouTube, please do remember, please subscribe, turn on notifications to find out about more videos coming your way. Take care, everybody. I will see you very soon. I'll leave you with a bit of gentle music for today.
In the town of Glossop, where the stars align, Tom and Emily are friends.
Thanks, Layla. Nice to see you here.
Manchester lights and they paint their
Tara, you are very welcome.
lovers, or so it seems. Watchful eyes under starlit skies. Love evolves.
Keep following me, Eric.
Never lies. In the world of Kenya, where the echoes roar, together they
Pleased to hear. Great.
dance, their spirits soar. TV shows in a popcorn gaze. History with
See you there, Daniela.
endless days.
Remember, no Zoom meeting today, but next week we've got a live lesson, right?
Share the ride in each other's arms, they forever reside.
My pleasure, Usama.
Shadow, what goes from the past. Tension in the air, a spell is cast. But love is a shield, a
Es
fortress
muy bonita,
strong.
Santander.
Together they stand.
Thanks for watching.
Belong. Watchful eyes under starlit
A lot.
skies.
waiter, teacher, teacher trainer, project manager, education director.
The heart never lies in the world of
Thanks, Alina.
where the echoes roar. Together they dance, their spirits soar.
My pleasure, Mirka. I really enjoy it. Hey, thanks, Tanya. And as you said in Facebook, good luck if you're looking for a new job.
It seems at last they both belong,
Nice.
facing the future hand in hand, with watchful eyes.
I will cut you.
Together stand.
Thanks, everyone. Take care. Bye-bye.